I'm JD, welcome to my channel. Here I am in St. John's, Newfoundland. And you can see where I am on the map right there. And I am at a medical center, I believe, landing strip. And I am prepared to fly. I'm sitting in an H160 aircraft. There it is there. It's a beautiful aircraft, fully configured for flight. There it is there. I have a co-pilot today, and let's just jump in the cockpit again. And there's some passengers. There's my co-pilot, and there's some passengers in the back seat there, so hanging out. And we're just going to take off from this pad and head towards the water. Nothing exciting. So we'll get into the hover mode with the aircraft. I'm flying the Thrustmaster Warthog AVA base joystick, which is a $400 base with probably a $150 to $200 joystick on top of it. So it's high-end stuff used for real-world simulations. And I've got the Thrustmaster throttle as well, and that's also very high-end and nice to fly with. I have great control, all metal construction, and this is the H160 aircraft, specifically designed for the flight simulator products and purchased. So it doesn't come with the flight simulator package. So here I am. This is a nighttime view. I've got a little bit of snow happening, and I'm just going to head forward here towards the water and the harbor. So this is beautiful. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with all of its glory. I'm flying a 4090 video card, so I've got a pretty high-end video card going on here. So I'm getting no jitters whatsoever, and a very high-end computer as well, with a lot of RAM. So I'm getting 64 gigs of RAM on this computer, and two separate 2 terabyte solid-state drives as well. So this little computer cost me a lot of money, but it runs so well. I'm running this on 3 screens. You can't see this right now, but I'm running this on 3 screens. There's the harbor, and you just can't beat the performance. I can't get any better at the time, which was around 6, 7, 8 months ago, I think, maybe 8 months ago. The 4090 card was the best card you could buy in the market for a commercial or non-commercial, I guess, video card on a computer. So the whole rig cost me around $6 grand when you added up all of the peripherals and everything else. So it's quite the rig for flight simulation. I've been flying in the flight simulation environments since the 80s. So I've been at this a long time. I love the control with the AVA base, by the way, if you're interested in getting that with a helicopter. So you got to keep an eye on your rate of descent, because if you slip back with your tail, you can get in a situation where you're getting a vortex problem and you'll crash the helicopter. So I'm just kind of into a hover here, and just give it a little bit of pedal to look around, and that would be the harbor there. One feature I really like in the simulator is that I can freeze the sim now. Let me see if I can freeze this. There we go. Reach over and then change the weather. And when I change the weather, if I change the speed of the weather, it's live right now, so maybe I'll just leave it at live. But if I change the speed of the wind, I end up with huge waves. So, but I got it running live weather right now, so I'd have to turn that off, which I've just done, and then set the speed. Let me bring this into view here. So there's the weather settings here. I went from live to custom, and there's the wind speed. I can change it at various altitudes as well, but let's just pick up the wind, and you'll notice the waves will start rolling on the sides. They get pretty big. And I'll also change the time of day for you. So this is evening. I'm going to go to daytime just by sliding this over, and there we go. Now look at those waves. So this is the time of day. We'll go for dusk kind of thing. It's a nice look. And the waves actually map to to the direction of the wind. So here the wind is going across my tail, and I've got a boat floating here. So this is obviously a problem with the simulator, but I put a pretty heavy wind in here, and now the boats are starting to float away. This is a really interesting, I'm going to leave this probably as my picture because people are putting bug reports in for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is obviously a bug. So if I pick the wind up even more, let's see what happens if the boat floats even more violently. Just pick the wind up again, move this out of the way so you can see the boat, and let's just bring that wind speed up to 65 and see what 74 knot wind. That's a huge wind. I don't know if I'll be able to control my helicopter with that wind, but look at that boat floating around. I'm going to make a shorts video on this for Microsoft, so you can see a boat out there with, obviously there's no textures on that boat at all, and there it goes up in the air floating. So I'm going to go fly right by it and see what happens. So I'll just take it off, pause for a second, and see if I can fly by this boat. It's pretty windy out here though. There, I'm getting closer, so it's drawing the textures of the boat. And it's got a helicopter pad that I could try to land on, but it looks like a search and rescue boat vessel here. Let me see if I can. I think I have to take the wind down on this a bit. I don't think I can land on this. I could try. What do you think? Should I try? This would be quite the landing. I'm going to take the tablet away here. That's the electronic flight bag that's used in aircraft. Many aircraft. I'm going to see how close I can get here and see if I can control this helicopter enough to get it down on the deck here. I doubt it, but I'm going to try. So let me get it over here and give it a little bit of rudder. See if I can turn it around. I think I'm going to have to turn the wind down a bit because that wind is so aggressive right now that I'm not able to control the helicopter for this kind of a landing. So, but I'm going to try. All right, let's bring it down a bit. I'm keeping an eyeball on my rate of descent right now, so I don't have a problem. I just want to bring it in low, and this is normally the search and rescue aircraft pilots would probably not try to land on a ship with this kind of wind. But this is a simulator, so there's no issue. Yeah, probably knock my blades off. Now, funny thing is that the aircraft looks like it's going 60 knots, but it's not because I got a 70 knot wind. So I basically put a 70 knot wind in front of me, and the thing is, the tail, if I turn this aircraft around, the tail is going to be facing the wind. It's going to make it an impossible landing. So let me just see if I can turn this around a bit. I doubt it, but there's the ship.
Check power.
Yeah, the deck's in the back here. Yeah, I don't know if landing is possible on this. With this, I have to come in hot, I think. Let me see if I can pull this off. I'm giving it a whole lot of pedal right now, and it's still not turning. I think I'd have to come alongside the ship very slowly and see if I could drift in. But I'm likely going to hit the tail, so we're going to come in nice and easy here. Like this. Wow, this is amazing.